Hello everyone, the Pixel Hero here, and if you're watching this, then we have reached 1 million viewers on the channel, which is crazy to think about. I want to thank you all so much for, supporting the channel over the years. Making content for you guys has been super fun, and, I plan to keep going, and I hope you all are gonna stick around for the ride, because I have a lot of things planned, so stay tuned. So let's get into the first question. The real Emic 3057, I apologize if I got that wrong, asks, how's Nexotron going? To be more specific, how close are you to finishing the RPG game? Well, this is more than likely going to be premiered after the August 13th trailer, so it's going okay. I would say, like I said before, 30% done. Nowhere near close to 100% because the number goes up very, very slowly. But today is August 9th, not yet the 13th. So if 2.2 comes out on August 13th and you're seeing this right now and 2.2 is out, then that number should go up pretty quickly now that 2.2 is out and I can actually make the levels. Also, if questions are similar, I'll put them on the screen as well, just so I don't repeat the same questions. So yeah, if you saw multiple questions there or anywhere in the future, that's because they asked pretty much the same thing and I answer them the same way. Okay, next question. I don't know how to pronounce this, so because I'm difficult with names. So I'll just call you the bread lover after your last few words. So the bread lover asks, after the long wait full release, will there be more updates coming for the game, or is that just it? I'm guessing this is for Nexotron, and I'm gonna get pretty deep with this answer because there's been a lot on my mind in relation to Nexotron and Geometry Dash content as a whole. So after GT Nexotron's release, I did have some things planned for after. Now, I'm taking a deep breath because this is going to be controversial, but I know people are probably going to get upset at me for saying this, but Nexotron may or may not be my final huge Geometry Dash project. And I know, a lot of you are probably screaming at your phones, begging me not to, but you gotta look at this from my point of view in multiple ways. This is the biggest thing I've ever worked on, and I have absolutely zero idea how you would top something like this going forward. Usually I like to, go bigger and better with the project I did previously, and when you make a full-on RPG game for free, might I add, well, kind of for free. The RPG game is free. You have to pay for Geometry Dash, but that's not on me. That's on RobTop. When you're making a full-on RPG game full with story and all that stuff, it's like, how can you top it? And do I really want to keep going with this? Don't get me wrong, making Geometry Dash content has been fun, but there's a limit, and I've pretty much reached that limit with this project. It's getting to a point where I'm like, man, am I doing too much for the silly cube game? I feel like I am, and I feel like I need to move to bigger and better things, especially because I want to move on to original stuff. Literally, this whole year has been Geometry Dash content, and while it might be good for some of y'all, and some of y'all don't mind, I mind. I definitely mind, because this is supposed to be a variety channel, not a Geometry Dash channel. And I did feel a bit of a sigh of relief when the Security Breach Ruin dropped and I was able to, release gameplay for that. Despite the fact that the recording software wasn't that great, and because it's just because my laptop isn't, able to handle games of that capacity. Speaking of, make sure to subscribe, like, to support the content. Maybe I can get better equipment for the future, just saying, dropping that in there. Anyways, yeah, that's what that's about. But going into the actual question, I kind of just realized I kind of skipped over it. I have a plan for something, and I wasn't going to announce it, but I do want to hear y'all's feedback on it. So, let me know if you like the idea or hate it. But I was thinking of completely scrapping Hydronomic and making a sort of DLC for the game, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but that was going to be a thing I was going to do. So let me know if y'all want that or not. But yeah, Mr. CIA 3244. Why are your GDPS levels so good? I don't know. I just make them. Epicentra, again, I apologize if that's wrong, asks, will you make videos and play other people's GD fan games too if you had the chance? I know people have asked me this question before, but my channel isn't really for playing others' stuff, It's not really a game showcase in terms of stuff like that. I know I play games, but that's kind of different. Especially because even if I did that, a lot of people would ask me it, and it would just never end because people would make more stuff, and people would ask me to play more more games and stuff, and I'm more of the person that makes it than plays it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I have no plans on recording anything for now. Mick Curvy, I apologize. They asked 2 questions. One of them might be the same than others. Why did you make Nexotron? For fun. Pretty much. And I guess it's just to have some startup for Grim Kitty Productions. Other than that, yeah, it was mainly for fun. And how long did you start playing GD? Middle school. It was probably around that time. Crazy how it's been out for like 10 years. I haven't been playing it for that long though. But yeah, this one, I'm just gonna call you Sim. Sim asks, which music do you like? All kinds of music. Did you play Dead Cells, Undertale, Deltarune, Ori? I've played Undertale and Deltarune. Haven't played Dead Cells, and I've heard of Ori, but I have not played it. When's 2.2 come out? I don't know. I'm not the creator of the game. Does RobTop know about you and your levels? He's commented sometimes on some things. I don't know if he is a subscriber to the channel, but yeah, he has seen some of my stuff. Which level in Geometry Dash is the best? Well, as of today, we're still in 2.1, so Geometrical Dominator. Pizza or burger? I like both, but if I had to choose one, I'd go with pizza. KJUCP3R, and they say, how long will it be okay to play GD Nexotron? I don't know how to answer that. I'm assuming this means how long is the game itself? The full game hasn't been laid out yet. That is something I do want to do though. I might just make the game with the placeholder assets just to have the entire game laid out. But if I were to make a prediction, I'd say 4 hours maybe, just including the RPG part. I'm not quite sure. Dylan Martinez 6650 asks, any news on Nexotron? You guys saw the trailer from the 13th, so that's as much as I can show for now. So that was all the YouTube questions. Next up is, I guess, the Discord questions. Netflicky asks, what gave you the idea of Dash Destroyer? I don't even remember what made me start that. There had to have been something that came out recently during that time when I wanted to make a fake league. And I don't remember what. I think it was a video I saw talking about like the history of Super Smash Brothers leagues, and fake leagues were brought up a lot. And I don't think anybody had done a Geometry Dash fake league. So I was like, you know what, I'll try it. And yeah, that's pretty much how that started. Brooke here asks, apart from GD or a FNAF game, if one of them even are, what is your favorite game of all time? Oof, that's hard. Because FNAF definitely deserves that title, but if I did have to go with something else, there's a lot of games I like. If I had to give one to the one I play most, I'd have to give it to Groove Coaster Arcade. Just Groove Coaster in general. I guess they're technically all the same. Yeah, I have to give it to that. If it's not the same, what is your favorite game that you haven't talked about on the channel yet? Probably Groove Coaster. I talk about it a couple of times. I bring it up like every so often, but that's probably the one I stick with the most. What's your favorite place you've traveled to? We haven't gone to many places, but I'd say one of the coolest was probably Universal Orlando. I think it was like the first time we've ever been to like a major theme park, at least in my memory. I don't know if Legoland counts, but I was like 5. I'd have to give it to Universal. When did you start game development? Now that's a tricky question because I've been making games for ages. I've made a couple of games. I'll show some footage on screen here of some older projects, if I even have footage of that. I've been making games for forever. The oldest game I think I've made was probably on this mobile app where you like make 3D shooter games, and it was like a horror game. And yeah, it was a very strange game. That was probably the most earliest game I made as far as I'm aware. You know, level customizers don't really count as making games because you're making something from an already existing game, I guess. But like in terms of like original stuff, that's probably what started it. There's a lot of old projects I don't have anymore that I kind of wish I kept to go back in and play through, but I don't think I have those anymore. Neither do I have the trailers I made for them. If anything, I deleted them. But like I said, I'll try and find footage. What is a place you've always wanted to travel to? In terms of outside of the US, probably Japan would be the most. And I know it's like a common thing to say because everybody wants to go there, but yeah. Master Cube 5 asks, do you have a pet? Yes, I do. Netflicky is back again. Asks, what gave you the idea of Nexotron? What did give me the idea for Nexotron? I think it was when I was trying to think of like new things, and the idea of a hybrid game kind of just popped into my mind, and I was like, you know what? That sounds like a cool idea. How did you come up with the name of Grim Kitty Productions? Now, I don't remember the full story. That's funny because this happened like a couple months ago. But Grim Kitty Productions went through like a bunch of names. Grim Kitty originally were 2 separate names, but I think that was taken. Grim Cat was also taken as well. I wanted something to be like the signature that I use in everything, the 2 X's and the triangle, and I wanted to incorporate that into it in some way. And so I guess the cat was the first thing I thought of, and all the good cat names were taken. So Grim Kitty was the one I settled in on because it hadn't been used. Because when I come up with like names and stuff, I try to see if like it's something that's been done already. So like if it ever does become a big thing, I don't get into some kind of legal trouble. But yeah, no, Grim Kitty is completely original enough. Yeah, that's how the name came to be. Danky asks, why did you decide to call it Nexotron? I think the name just came out of nowhere, honestly. I was just trying to think of cool names. I know somebody thought of this name before. Nexus was the name. I think it was going to be that originally. I had an idea to keep it like that, but it was close to the YouTuber that I didn't want to do it because then people thought it'd be related to him, which it isn't. So I know I wanted to keep that separate. But yeah, that's how the name came to be. Will there be boss levels? Yes. I don't know how many, but yeah, there's only 2 so far, but there's plans to be more. Brooke is back again and asks, how long do you think the RPG and the levels will be, assuming you beat them all first try? If you 100% the game, one attempt every level, and you don't die at all during the RPG, and again you 100% everything, challenges and all, side quests, secrets, I want to say there's probably about, if I had to estimate, 7-8 hours at least. Minimum. It might be longer if you want to 100% everything and you die a lot, which you will. Like that's a no-brainer. Yeah, you will. It's gonna happen. It's happened to me while playtesting the RPG game itself. So yeah, good luck, I guess. But that's just an estimate. Might be less, might be more, just depending on how development goes. We'll see. Guardian Box 66 asks, what inspired you to make Geometry Dash fan games? If I remember correctly, I believe it was Lemons. He made the Geometry Dash Skybound video. That's kind of what said it for me, I guess. Obsidian AJ asks, how long did you make Nexotron? As of right now, I'd say it's like the levels aren't implemented in, so I can't really make a good estimate. But just the RPG game itself, more around like, I would say 20 minutes? It's 20 minutes, I would say, as of right now. Brooke is back again and asks, what month do you think 2.2 will come out? Unless it's out already. In that case, 2.3. Can't believe I'm actually saying that. Well, I'm doing the second recording right now. I had to do this on separate days. So today is August 12th, the day right before the anniversary. So honestly, 50-50 if it comes out tomorrow. I'm really unsure. It could not. I'm expecting either. If it doesn't come out, that's fine. If it does, that's cool. But yeah, I would not bet money on tomorrow, I'll be honest with you. 2.3, I'm assuming it's probably going to be out now because this video is probably going to take a while to come out. So if it's not, then I don't know when 2.2 is coming out. But if it is, then I, again, have no idea when 2.3 is coming out. I don't know how to say this, so I'm gonna spell it. I'm so sorry. I'm just so bad at names. I don't want to butcher it. I'd rather spell it out than butcher it. CRALIZ says, any upcoming big projects? Now this, I love this question. Thank you for asking this. I hardly ever get questions like this, and I love them. At the moment, there's a few things, as I am throughout the rest of the year, still working on Nitron-Stylez Wave 6. You know, new items coming out every month. Bit of a shameless plug there. There's that for pretty much the rest of the year. Changes, the short animation from Grim Kitty Productions is also coming out. Some other things. Also the trading card series Sweet Psychos by Nitron-Stylez. Don't know if it's going to come out this year though. I wanted it to, but I have a lot on my hands right now currently. But the main priority at the moment is Nexotron, getting that to you. And after Nexotron, I don't know what's going to come next. I don't even know if I'll do any more Geometry Dash projects within that type of range. We will see, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much what's coming up. And then after, I know I said what I said about Geometry Dash, but in terms of big projects, after Nexotron, I do have a game planned. I did announce it during Comic-Con. If you saw the post, you saw it. It's still kind of a work in progress. I'm still working on the ins and outs of it, but that is going to be the main priority after Nexotron. And it's going to be a fun game. So I've been working on the ideas and stuff, and I hope you guys are excited about that too, and you guys will play that game as well. Master of the Cube 5, I believe he answered the question before. He asked, why do you call yourself Pixel? Now, I think I've answered this question before, but I don't want to say it came to me in a dream, because that's a lie. It was way back when I was making the channel. I wanted to make a somewhat unique name, which funnily enough, if you look up Pixel Hero on YouTube, a bajillion different pixel heroes will pop up. So it wasn't completely original. But I guess the way I spelt it was original. I know a lot of people call me DA Pixel Hero because the D and the A are capitalized in my name. But it's realistically how you're supposed to pronounce it is the Pixel Hero. Like the D and A are supposed to be, so you pronounce it like that, like the Pixel Hero. It really depends on how you use your A. It doesn't really matter, but that's how you're supposed to say it. And I know a lot of people still kind of say DA Pixel Hero, which I don't mind. It doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, it was a while back. I believe it was in middle school. I was in middle school, I'm pretty sure. And I came up with that name and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with this. Netflicky, I believe he answered a question before. He asks, what is your favorite Nexotron level? Now this, I can't really talk about this one that much, but here, I'll put it like this. From the demo in the lost levels category, from the levels that were gonna be in the main game, it would have to go to Critical Hit. Critical Hit was my favorite, even though it was kind of the most controversial. And I understand why, you know, seeing other people play it, I understand why. You get a different perspective when you watch other people play it. And I kind of understand why, because it was everywhere. And I did my best to fix it, but keep it the same with the Nexotron demo update. But ultimately, that was my favorite. I know a lot of people really liked Far Out. Pretty interesting. It kind of gave me like a bit of a test run, you know, on what people would like, what people wouldn't like. So in a way, the Lost Levels was kind of a good thing. It'll definitely improve the gameplay and decoration of the levels. I don't think the decoration will change that much. It might. Our last question for the day is from Brooke again. And Brooke asks, what is your PC background? A while ago, I posted a photo. I think it was of the Nexotron GD10 trailer. And in the picture, you can kind of see like Roxanne Wolf from Security Breach a bit. But my PC background is, and I'll show a photo. It's the screensaver from the Pizzaplex, but it's more monochrome. So it's like black and white. Just because I thought the black and white looks nicer other than the blue and white. And I just, you know, like adjusted the photo a little bit more. That's what my background is. But yeah, that's actually all of the questions we have today. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Stay tuned for the 2.2 live stream that we'll be doing. I don't know if Rob's gonna announce the day or if he's just gonna drop it in October as a random day, but whenever it comes out is whenever we're live streaming. And if it live streams in the middle of the night, then the time I wake up is when we'll play it. Then we'll live stream it and we'll play it together, and yeah, we'll have a lot of fun. But until then, I will see you all in whatever I do next, because I don't know. So yeah, thank you all so much again for 1 million viewers. I'm still baffled by that. Anyways, okay, I'm extending this outro way too long. Goodbye, everyone.